You're welcome to another edition of one of our productions by the Redemption Center for Persons in Distress. And I remain Patricia Ngum. I welcome you all. And on to this edition, we'll be concluding our talk on the mind and our concept on mental toughness, mental maturity, or mental stability. We are going to look at some various points that can help you evaluate or help you build your mental stability, your mental maturity. And remember that your world is determined by your mind. It is not your world that determines your mind, but rather your mind that determines your world. So your environment does not determine your world, but rather your mind that determines your world. So remember also that a tough minded person can easily move from a nobody to a somebody, just as a weak minded person can move in a twinkle of an eye from a hero to a zero. With that said, let's look now at what it takes or how do you evaluate a mentally tough person? How can you train yourself also to be mentally tough? If you get the points down, I bet you keep working on them, for practice makes perfect. I repeat, practice makes perfect. Train yourself in these points, and I bet you, before you know what, your mind would be tougher and tougher and tougher. Okay, we go. The very first point to take note is that mentally stable, mentally tough, or mentally brave people are always happy. They choose to be happy and they choose to remain happy. Mentally stable people, secondly, are kind. They love doing good. They love reaching out. They love making people happy. And that is why they also are always happy, because there is a tendency of always receiving what you give out. Mentally stable persons, also mentally tough persons, if you want to call it that way. The next point is that they easily accept change. We need to know that change is the only thing that is constant. Change is the only thing that is constant. So mentally tough people easily accept change. They don't get mad when there is change. They don't refuse change. They easily accept and embrace change. Mentally tough people, they move on. Mentally tough people, they move on. They are not kept down. Mentally tough people are not discouraged by failures. They are not discouraged by failures. I repeat, they move on. They choose to move on. Whether they fail, whether people talk how about them, whether people see them insane, like one of our listeners said in a comment of yesterday's edition of the program, that when he was moving on and pushing on with his ideas, most persons, AC Risky says, they thought he was insane because they all did not think like him. They didn't think in his direction. So, if you want to be mentally tough, you need to move on. You need to press on. You don't need to seek to fit in. Try try as much as possible to keep away the fit in attitudes. We're riding on. The fifth point is that mentally tough people, they stay in control. They are in control of themselves, in control of whatever they're doing. They are still. They are not moved. Nothing actually moves them. They are in control. So be in control. If you want to be mentally solid, be in control. The seed point is that they are willing to take risk. If you want to be a mentally stable, tough, or mature person, please be very willing and ready at all times to take risk, because I tell you, it is very risky not to take risk in itself. Yeah. Mentally tough people, the seventh point, mentally tough people also invest their energy in the present, the concept of the now. They believe in it so much. Live in the now. Mentally brave, mature, and stable people live in the now. They believe in taking a step at a time. They live in the present. They are happy. They are joyful for the present. So live in the present. Accept whatever situation that you are in. Live in the now. Live in the present. We're riding forward. The next point is that mentally mature people, they accept full responsibility of their past. They don't blame themselves, they don't complain. And that is why, like we said before, they move on. If you find any person who complains a lot, that person hardly succeeds in life. We're riding on. What does it take to be mentally tough? Another point is mentally mature people, they know how to celebrate, and they do celebrate other people's success. Mentally tough people know and do celebrate other people's success. Mentally tough people also, they reflect on the progress. Every time they sit down, they take stock of where they're coming from, where they are presently, and how far they want to go. The next point is mentally tough people, they refuse to remain in their comfort zone. If you want to succeed in life, you must get out of your comfort zone. You must be able to tolerate discomfort. You must be able to tolerate discomfort. There are some people who do not just know what it means to endure in life. If you want to be mentally mature, you need to practice endurance. You need to practice what it means to endure, to come out of your comfort zone, to be able to tolerate discomfort. Mentally tough people that think productively. As they step out of their comfort zone, they want to achieve something. They want to be productive in their world, in their environment. They want to impact life. They want to solve problems. They want to do something. That is how mature, mentally tough people they are. So if you are not, train yourself to be mentally tough people that spend their energy on positive thinking. They spend their energy wisely. They don't tolerate and they don't accept and keep for long negative energy around them. Because remember, it is said that bad company corrupts good manners. There is no time for bad energy if you really want to succeed in life. We're not saying you can do without them. Yes, they may be there, but your focus is not on them. You spend your time, your energy wisely. You don't spend your energy for anything that is not productive. That is mental maturity. You focus on ideas, you focus on productive reasoning. That is what mature mental persons that do. How do you train yourself to be mentally tough, to be mentally productive, to be mentally mature? You evaluate your core beliefs. I want us to know that there is another very great concept that is a major cause for mental health challenge, and that is our beliefs. Our belief sometimes causes a lot of blockages in our lives. For example, it is natural or normal to see that someone, for example, who believes in the notion that money is the center of all evil would hardly be wealthy in life, because that person has grown up and knows and believes that to be wealthy is devilish, or that if they acquire a lot of money or a lot of wealth, they may, or there is a tendency that they end up not making heaven. So such a person already is limited because of that belief that is a blockage. So you have to revisit, you have to mine your beliefs, mine what you grew up to know, mind what was transferred to you by your parents, by your grandparents. It is very, very important. If it is not productive, it is not positive, please, I bet you and treat you to drop it. It will not help you. It will not help you work and develop your mental maturity and stability and toughness. What do mental tough people do? Mental tough people, they stay in power. You have to have the ability to stay in power, to stay in control. You stay in power by being in control, meaning you don't back out. You don't back out for anything on planet Earth, or for crying out loud. There is no need for a mentally tough or mature person to back out. You need not back out. Endurance. You need to endure till the end. You need to be tough. You need to be solid. Mentally mature persons, they are prepared to work and succeed on their own merit. They don't need hand clappers. They don't need people, to encourage them. They encourage themselves. They encourage themselves. Like one of our fervent followers says, he commented on our post yesterday. You can visit it. Our post on mental toughness on the mind. He commented and he said, he's failed in so many things that he ventured, that he dared into, but that did not stop him. It did not discourage him. And I want to tell you people that most people know AC Risky today as a successful man. To tell you the truth, he says he failed too many times. He had a lot of failures, but that did not stop him. So, no matter the number of times you fail, please don't stop, don't give up. Failure is another point. Mentally mature people, they embrace failure. They are ready to fail. If you are not ready to fail, then you're not mentally mature. If you're afraid of failure, then you will not take risk. If you're afraid of failure or discouraged when you fail, then you would easily give up. Mentally tough, mature, and brave people, they enjoy time on their own. They enjoy being alone. I bet you it is much more important to enjoy company, your own company, than be in the company of negative minded people that will just mar things for you. And I want to conclude this day by saying the measuring rod in which to know a mentally mature, brave, or tough person is gratitude. So, for you to be able to evaluate yourself and know how mentally tough, how mentally mature or brave you are, check how much gratitude you have. Check how much thankful you are. If you are not grateful in life, then you are not a mentally mature person. For mentally mature people, they are grateful. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is the key. 677-08-7801, 677-08-7801. The Redemption Center for Persons in Distress is just a phone call away. We're there to provide you with coaching, with mentoring, with whatever situation that you're going through, to provide you with counseling to help you live a life of bliss, of ecstasy, live a fulfilled life. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. I want to encourage you that as long as you live, there is hope. And it is better you choose to live life happily, to live life fulfilled. It depends on you. Choose how you want your world to be. It begins in the mind. Let your mind determines your might in your world. Patricia Ngum is my name. See you in our next edition. Thanks for listening. Keep sharing to bless others. Thank you so very much.